Well, this is a bit annoying. I came out to do a video and it did say it was expected to rain, but it was going to be later and it started raining. So it's raining a lot actually. And that's stupid to make a video in the rain, but I wanted to tell people about how to sue a billionaire. But not just to tell people about it. I'm going to do a counter-lawfare video today because this is so important. I spoke about it a bit yesterday. This is my Rule 59E 60B motion for relief from judgment. Remember, I'm not a lawyer, so anybody who's just tuning in, don't become confused. I don't want to mislead anybody. This is a pro se action. I'm just a guy. It's possible that everything I say pertaining to the law is incorrect. Nothing I ever say, it's never legal advice. I don't want this to get wet, but it was sounding muffled. Much better. Anyway, nothing I ever say is legal advice. Not an attorney, but I'm a pro se, I guess I'm a pro se activist. I think I'm definitely becoming a counter-lawfare expert. I don't hear too many other people talking about it. But I mean, I've been fighting all kinds of lawfare practitioners. God, it's really raining. Even the birds. It's for the birds here. But the counter-lawfare show, it's going to be for sponsors because, you know, people who are interested in the case and say, oh, come on, man. What's with the paywall? You can get the case from Pacer, download it. They're going to charge you for it too. 10 cents a page. That's the government. Yo, God, I can't believe this rain. So this is going to be a short video. I just want to let people know, if you're already sponsoring the show, remember, through September, you can switch from any of the Vimeo-backed sponsorship sites, which include Subscribestar and Patreon and Substack. You can switch from any of those to Odyssey. And a lot of people are doing that and telling me, wow, this is much better because you have live chat during all the videos, even the sponsor exclusives. That's something people have always asked for. And I said, Patreon, you got to give people some value here for their money. Get a live chat going. I don't know what they're doing. Billions of dollars invested by somebody in that. No live chat. They've got a bit of a Twitter problem over there. They got like 150 people or more working there, and they can't find one person who can program a live chat. But the point is, for the rest of September, if you want to switch to odyssey.com/@crowdsourcethetruth from one of those other platforms, I'll refund your entire September just to get you onto Odyssey. And by the way, it's the most economical way for you to access not only the sponsor exclusive shows, because it's only $3 a month. You can choose $3, $4, $10. Rich people, billionaires, could choose to sponsor for as much as $100 per month, but you don't have to do that. I want to make this information accessible to as many people as possible for as low a price as possible. But I do need to keep out the trolls, and I do need to prevent the videos from being stricken and removed from the internet. So I really do recommend odyssey.com/@crowdsourcethetruth. Oh man, I love the Lego store. Look at that Avengers building. If I was a kid, oh my God, this has got to be $800. James Comey is probably buying the Avengers building Lego set. Look, you have the Hulk up there. Let's get into this. The Hulk hanging out with, they were roommates, remember, in space. That was a good one. Who's that? Oh, Iron Man, of course. The Vision. Here's Loki. That's a pretty interesting, this has nothing to do with what we're talking about today, but people can go to the Lego store if they want. Odyssey, as little as $3 a month plus 58-cent Odyssey fee. I promote it so much because you're going to get a search engine on there. You can search through all the videos. A lot of people who want to see old David Hawkins videos. We miss you, David. You can get them easily on Odyssey by searching. You can search for my encounters with the NYPD. these Twitter beef videos, but that's what this lawsuit is about. So this 59E 60B, holy crap, we got a construction site over there. Not my day for making videos. Rain, construction, but I had to come out anyway because I've got to do this Counterlawfare report about Goodman versus the city of New York. This beef with Elon Musk has now reached a nexus with Mayor Eric Adams, right. Stupidest mayor on earth. And it's not peripheral either. It's kind of amazing. You have the Titanic, Lego Titanic, and Eiffel Tower. So I hope people will watch this, even if you're not a sponsor yet. See, this is what happens in the rain, is that buttons start pushing themselves because it's touchscreen. But I'm going to go through this motion. And, I think it's the best legal thing I've ever written. I hope it is. The judge used to work for Letitia James. And, for people who have been sleeping under a rock, or if you're living in Iraq, perhaps watching on Starlink, you may not know that Mayor Eric Adams has been indicted. That has never happened before. But, in the initial complaint, Elon Musk, X Corporation, and some of the all-stars of the where they got construction on every damn block. Some of the all-stars of the lawfare antagonization against me are in this lawsuit. Yeah, that's right, Adam Sharp. What's amazing is, I think it was this one, I got it checked, but he was able to get me enjoined from suing him anymore because he convinced them that, hey, Jason is the one doing lawfare. He's suing me just to harass me. That's what Adam Sharp said. There's other people who have said that too, one of which I'm not even allowed to talk to you about yet, but I have a feeling the winds of change are blowing. Even though it's not windy right now, it's raining. But things are happening. And if you didn't see the show last night with John Cohen, that might have been one of our best shows. I'm getting so many emails today. Thank you, everyone, by the way. So many emails that are just effusive with praise that this show and all the research John and I have been doing into the Butler specifically, and John did a lot of good stuff on the Florida one. But last night we were talking about the Butler assassination attempt. John, of course, was mentioned by Eli Crane in Congress, and he told us he's going to be testifying, or at least that's what they told him. We'll see. I don't know if I trust that committee. We went into detail, but if you become a sponsor, if you're not already, go to odyssey.com/@crowdsourcethetruth. You can watch last night's show. I'm going to dry my hair. I'm going to have a Counterlawfare report all about this Goodman versus the City of New York. It's the City of New York et al. So in there we've got the City of New York, X Corporation, Elon Musk, Adam Sharp, Elon Musk's bodyguard, who is John Doe 1, John Doe 2 and 3, Jane Doe, 4 cops, incompetent police officers. And this is a motion for relief from judgment. The case was dismissed on August 29th or so, 28th, or maybe the 30th, something like that. But the case was dismissed. And this is a motion seeking relief from the judgment, asking the court to overturn the judgment on the basis of all the stuff that I'll explain in the Counterlawfare report. So I think people are going to really enjoy it, even if you don't. Look at that little mini camper. It's kind of interesting. Where's the bathroom? Maybe there is none. I think people will really enjoy it, even if you're not a lawyer, because I'm not a lawyer, so I try to write these things to I mean, there's certain things that lawyers say that I don't know what the hell they're talking about. So obviously I'm not writing things like that. But in general, I've told this before. I had an English teacher in high school who had maybe like a Volkswagen Rabbit or some kind of high school English teacher type of car, but had a bumper sticker that said eschew obfuscation. And he thought that was hilarious. And because you'd be, 16 and say, what the hell does that mean? And he says, do away with excessively complex words. And I thought it was a stupid joke, but it stuck with me. I don't like it when people try to use complicated language to make you think they're smarter than you, because it actually makes me think they're dumb, and it reduces the effectiveness of their communication. It makes me think they're trying to prove something. But anyway, I digress. This case is trying to prove something. It's trying to prove my allegation, which is that Elon Musk or somebody in his employ entered into an illicit agreement with somebody in the NYPD to allow his bodyguards to conceal carry firearms in New York City. Something that you're not allowed to do. Now, you might disagree with that. I do. I think we should be allowed to exercise the Second Amendment so that some of these shitheads around here would know if you fuck around, you might get shot.
Oh, it has such a good
I would like that. Cullen could come visit and walk around. He's always armed whenever I hang out with him, which is, maybe that's normal to some people, but it's a different thing for me. I feel better, actually. I feel like if anybody messes with us, maybe he'll shoot them. Not that I want that, but if it's got to be somebody, I'd rather it not be me. Point is, you're not allowed to do it in New York City unless you're the richest guy in the world. And it makes me think they entered into some kind of illicit scheme. That's not the entire lawsuit, by the way. There's a load of evidence. It's a pretty lengthy initial complaint. I'm not going to be going into the complaint today. I've spoken about it before, but also it's been dismissed. So this Counterlawfare episode, it's going to be about this effort now to get the case reinstated. And I'm telling you, it touches all this different New York City corruption. The judge, Jessica G.L. Clark, used to work as a civil rights attorney, if you can believe that, for Letitia James. So there's a lot of intrigue here. And, I don't know what's going to happen. This thing just landed on the docket yesterday. I filed it yesterday, and it was entered the same day. That's not too common. Usually they're busy. They don't work too hard. You take 2 days sometimes to put your document on there because, again, I'm not an attorney. I can't just file things electronically. You got to email it to the clerks. That's how it works in the Southern District of New York. For instance, if you were in another district court, perhaps, I don't know, maybe in the Eastern District of Michigan, then they have a file upload portal on their website. It's actually quite a bit more sophisticated than New York. Congratulations, Eastern District of Michigan. They can only take 5 megabyte attachments though, which is annoying. Although I can usually make my PDFs work at that small size. 10 megabytes in New York. This doesn't matter for this case, but the point is, in Michigan, there's a tall dope who's normally drunk who should have an electronic filing receipt for ECF number 12, but he doesn't. That's a separate lawfare matter that's been discussed previously. But I got to wrap this up. I realize it's a little short, but I'm getting rained on here. Please become a sponsor on odyssey.com/@crowdsourcethetruth and join me for perhaps the most important counter lawfare episode yet. Thanks, everybody.